welcome to the Sessions Canceled podcast. Our gnome, he rolled on the wild magic table and turned himself into a potted plant. So Sessions Canceled. How's everybody doing today? With me, I have Matt.
Hello.
Isaiah.
Hello.
And Josh.
Hello.
So today we'll be talking.
Excuse me. Dying.
Oh God, he's actually dying. He's dead, Jim.
The plant's attacking.
Swallowed my own spit. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hate that.
Attacking the saliva.
Yeah, no, we're good.
That's terrible. Today, we'll be talking about one-shots. Everybody's favorite one-shots. I have a few questions about this, but I know Matt has a great opinion about one-shots, and that's he likes to run them. And he's got a few that have been sitting up his sleeve for as long as I've known him. So why don't we go around the room and tell each other about how we feel about one-shots. Matt, you can go first because I know you're so loving of them.
Shit. I think one-shots are great for kidding aside, like they're great for a multitude of reasons. Like if you're a new DM and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to run a full campaign, run a one-shot. Run like a couple of them just to dip your toes a little bit, and then you get used to the system, whatever you're playing. Then maybe your campaign can expand from there. Maybe just you're already playing a campaign, you're like, I have a really stupid idea, but I don't want to introduce it into my campaign. Maybe this will be like a little side thing. So you do one shot, like my idea that I've been pitching for years of my the Muppets themed one shot with the boys here.
Oh my God, that's
I've been trying to get off the ground forever.
No, it's not going to get off the ground because it's fucking stupid.
Sorry,
it's fucking stupid.
The Muppets are American classic. How dare you?
Yeah. No, Kermit the Bard will forever die in this stupid
I take offense to this because my character that I have been waiting to play for forever, Termic the Barbarian, Kermit's blue brother, he's amazing, and I really wish that I had the chance to bring him into the light.
Fucking bit. Fuck you.
Buying into the bit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why is his name Termic?
Because it's an anagram of Kermit.
Oh, Termic. Oh, for some reason
my brain went to turmeric.
Turmeric.
I know, Dermic D. Bird.
Dermic D.
Barbarian.
I also thought of turmeric.
Oh my goodness.
No, Termic, not turmeric.
I hate you, Matt. I hate you so dearly.
That's not even how you pronounce the fucking herb either.
Oops.
Technically, the herb is pronounced turmeric.
Okay, and
I was just... Fun fact of the day, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Sure.
The more you know.
Fair. Anyways, Termic the Bard, Barbarian. Sorry. Brother to Kermit the Bard. They go on great adventures together, except for that one time.
I have not consented.
No, I'm gonna. I as the non-GM will spawn the teleporting Tarask to devour you both.
Non-GM.
I'm gonna drop the Tarask that when you kill spawns 2 Tarasks.
Oh. So what if you just
That's a lot of
blow up
Tarasks.
Good.
But just the other big thing of one shots being good is if you're like me, the 5e pleb, always 5e, always I'm in my sandbox and now I'm gonna sit here. Maybe you want to try a new system out. Maybe the rare occasion you see something off in the distance and you're like, God, I have to run a whole Critical Role 3-year campaign just for that one new game. No, you fool.
Man, are you trying to send me
play one shot
on a tirade on purpose?
What?
Never mind.
What? I'm just answering the question. I'm just answering. What? What's the matter, Josh? What do I say? Did I say something?
You're pressing the Josh button. You're not gonna be happy when he blows up. I'm telling you right now. Stop hitting the Goku button.
But yeah, no, because and honestly, because I've been wanting to run a Cyberpunk Red game for the longest time, and I'm like, fuck it. I'll just do like a one shot or something just to just to try the system, just to say I've tried it.
I just want to point out that not all games require 3-year long campaigns to get to beginning of end. That's a mainly a D&D and Pathfinder and adjacent games of its nature problem. A lot of other games can be finished in much more reasonable times and shorter campaigns. More shorter campaigns.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
that's less of a problem. You get to play more games. It's less of a problem if you play shorter games.
Yeah, but like, maybe I like a character and want to stick around them for a while.
I mean, that's
which is where one of my questions comes in. But we'll talk about that later. Isaiah, you got any particular feelings about one shots? Oh, he did. Okay, well,
the plant got him.
I guess the fucking caber has been tossed past fucking Isaiah, and it's landing on Josh. Here you go, Josh. It's your go.
I wasn't.
Think fast.
I don't want to think fast.
The caber's coming your way. Come on, gotta catch it. I know it's big, but don't fear.
The what is coming my way?
The caber.
I'll give you the help action. Quick.
You know the caber toss?
No,
the big log.
Oh,
the Scottish. Yeah.
Oh shit, he's back.
It's big.
I don't think you're supposed to catch those.
No, you're not. But like, I'm throwing it to you, so it's either catch it or get hit by it.
Cool.
Well, someone's got to stand at the line to measure. So
anyway,
either he's catching or measuring.
Yeah.
The fuck was I saying?
One shots.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess if we're just talking general opinion, I won't go any tirades yet.
Yeah.
But I got a couple locked and loaded. Yeah. I mean, I do them all the time. I've played around with them for testing of various systems. I think they're a good time. Although, one shot is maybe a bit of a misnomer.
Yeah, one shot does not mean one
shot.
Session.
Almost never means one session.
Yeah, that's usually the big misconception. It's like, oh yeah, wait, it's done. It's a one shot. It's well, no, it's not like a. It's It's not. It's not. I mean, it
can be, but
you have to be very specific about that. Like, it has to be something like Strahd must die tonight.
Or you just accept that even if we don't get to the end of the thing, we just accept that it's unfinished and move on.
Yeah, or like, there's the fact that there are people who play longer than us because we as a group usually play for 4 hours.
Oh yeah, the animals who play for like 8,
8, 10, sometimes 12, and you're just like,
what? I've always wanted to do a marathon session like that.
I would need
like
3 breaks.
Just once.
I would need at least 3 breaks.
You take breaks.
And like sizable, not like
not like the 5-10 minute like bathroom breaks. It's like, no, you take like
15
an hour.
to 20 minute break at least.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna go eat lunch. I'll be back.
Yeah, like it would need to be brain demulsifying. I don't even know anymore. My brain has just melted thinking about playing for 10 hours straight. That would be terrible. As a DM,
that's fun as
absolute.
As a DM, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why you would need the breaks. The DM would be like, all right, I need an hour.
Yeah,
I gotta do some really fast prep.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I don't have any strong opinions. I mean, they're good. The main thing I like to use a one shot is like system testing.
Yeah,
they're a game or a mechanic or a thing. That's they're fine. I haven't run that many, but I've run a couple.
Isaiah,
Caber's
your way.
Yeah, one shots for me it's how I try out the wacky shit. Like, usually most GMs are like, if we're talking 5e specifically, it's like, okay, no homebrew, only these rules allowed from like these books. And you're like, oh, that's fine. Like, that's understandable. I respect it. But like, what if I want to play a muscle wizard? No one ever lets me play the muscle wizard. Let me play the goddamn muscle wizard. It's a one shot. Who am I hurting? Who am I hurting? If I break
Yourself.
the session, that's fine. Fuck it. Like, it's a session. You know what I mean? Like,
I've played a muscle wizard in a one shot before. I understand.
I don't know. I always feel like I love when GMs are like, it's a one shot, go crazy, go stupid, because then I'll just go to like fucking middle finger of Vecna and be like, what's the what's the really funny one that I saw the other day that made me be like, yes, please. It's like the cat warlock. Like your warlock patron is a cat, and you have to spend basically every waking moment trying to keep the cat entertained so you can keep your powers.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, I want to do that one real fucking bad. But like, most people are like, no, it's homebrew. And like, I'm not shitting on GMs who don't allow homebrew. I get it. It's a pain in the ass to figure out like the minutia.
That particular example also, it would get pretty old pretty quick. You wouldn't want to play the campaign.
It would definitely
maybe it wouldn't get old for you, but it'd get old for the GM.
It would definitely have to be something that's not always like happening in character. It would have to just kind of be like, maybe the DM is like, oh yeah, roll to see if you're keeping your cat god entertained.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, and not like, you stop paying attention to them because you stopped talking to me as a cat. Screw you, buddy. Like it would obviously have to be like, if you're going to do a long form campaign of it, it would have to be very much so discussed.
Yeah, of course. Well, there's another really good one. It's called Final Hero. It's a Final Fantasy protagonist subclass for fighter, and its level 7 ability is called Hero's Angst. And I'm like, yes, give it to me.
See, that one's more doable.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I like doing weirdly weird shit in one shots, like playing Yak, like playing a kobold who has the trident wave, and I get to meet cube.
Our 2 goblin, 2 kobold, White Plume Mountain was great. That was a good time.
Yeah,
that party was 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
How many sessions was that one shot? Like 2, 3?
Yeah, I think that was like
3 or 4.
3. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it was 2 for. Yeah. Okay. All right.
2 for squad A and 2 for squad B. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot. I underestimated.
It was us.
It was us and Twin, right?
No, Cardell.
Was it Cardell? Okay.
Cardell. Yeah.
Yeah,
so I definitely underestimated how long White Plume Mountain was. I was just like, this would be fine. It's one shot. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. And it's like, God, I forgot how big this dungeon was.
Yeah. Some great moments came out of that one shot. Like the werewolf takes out a wizard hat.
Oh my God, I love that shit. That's still probably one of my fucking best DM moments.
Oh my God. Okay, listener. There's a part in White Plume Mountain where you have to fight like an evil werewolf wizard lady, and Matt is known for just pulling shit out of his ass. Like it just gets real wacky, wild, woohoo real quick when Matt runs anything. So when we attacked the werewolf and the dude was like, no, Snarla, my wife, and we were like, ha, that's real funny, and Matt was like, no, that's actually her name is Snarla, and we were like, no, that's not Matt, you're fucking with us, right? You're fucking with us, right?
Matt
and
was
then
not,
he's like, and then
fact.
she puts on a pointy star-spangled wizard hat.
She was a wizard for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Made the evil villain a Twitch streamer.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Hey guys, it's your boy Caraptus here. How you doing? Don't forget to like, comment, and hope.
Oh my God.
Fuck. Oh yeah, then I made the Oni his editor.
That's right.
Yep.
Little did we know it was foreshadowing for Brett.
Fuck.
I'm not gonna unpack that sardine right now.
That has killed me. Literally, I'm done. Farewell.
Child, destroy them all.
No, we do not invoke his name here. We do not invoke his quotes here. We need to move on.
Going down a dark path.
I'm
Yep.
I'm trying to host this goddamn podcast. You leave me alone. I mean, I feel very much so the same way about one shots. I definitely like using them for testing, even if it's like a small story, like 3 or 4 sessions, or even like a backup game, like our Vampire the Masquerade. I don't know where Knights came from.
I was gonna say, are you going to say Knights of the Old Republic?
I don't know.
Knights of the Masquerade.
Yeah, Knights of the Masquerade. Ooh, wait, hold on. But yeah, I like using them for testing. I like using them for like a backup game. I also like learning about games in general. Like, I think I've read through the Burning Wheel rule book like 3 or 4 times.
Jesus, why?
No, but it's like massive. What do you mean you read it 3 or 4
like 600
times?
pages.
Yeah.
Sam.
And listen, man, I don't know. I'm weird. I like to read rule books. I would literally bring the Warcraft 3 rule book to school to read in class. Listen.
I mean, I did that with Game Boy games, so I get it.
High five, Matt.
Yeah.
Look, it's just like reading the shampoo bottles when you're taking a dump, you know.
I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna say I have never once in my life done that. I'm gonna be real.
Listen. There are some. Okay.
I've heard legend of these shampoo bottles in which people read.
These days, when we have this wonderful slab of metal and screen called smartphones, you don't have to read the shampoo bottles anymore. But there have been times when I was growing up. Anyways, back to one shots.
Okay.
I mean, I don't do that either, but yeah, all right.
Okay, buddy.
What?
I don't bring my
all right,
phone
we're
into the bathroom.
What?
All right, we're moving on. No,
We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
No, move on.
What?
Move away
Why
from
is
this.
this so
No. We're moving on.
I didn't think I was saying anything that's shocking.
No. It's not that it's shocking. It's that I'm trying to grab the reins. I let this go last time. This isn't happening again. Matt's here. He should be the one helping me.
It's true.
I just open a door into the cosmic void.
Why is it Matt's job?
Because Matt wasn't here the last time, so now it's his job.
Yes.
My
Matt
job
not
to
being here led us
derail
to
or my
chaos.
job to grab
Wait,
the reins?
Grab the reins with me. Pulled very hard.
Pull in the wrong direction though, please.
No, wait, hold on.
Into the tree.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, 20 minutes in, we've crashed, guys. No more podcast. Wait, well, hold on. Podcast canceled. The new podcast.
Ooh, I don't like that.
No.
Stop.
Oh no.
Wait. Brain blast. I'll talk about it later. Anyways.
Hey guys, welcome to Podcast Canceled here. We're going to talk about all things canceled.
I hate
Now we're
you.
going to talk about all things canceled. I mean, so we've covered a few points that I've already talked about. One shots tend to not be one session. They're almost never one session because either you like the game a little too much, or like your party wants to play more, or you just ran out of time and you didn't finish, and you decided, oh well, we didn't even get through half of this, so we'll continue playing. I think I've done. Was it Monster of the Week that we played that was actually the one session that we were like, we're just gonna not do anymore, Josh? Or we played 2 sessions. That was a while ago, I know.
I think we played 2 sessions of that one. However, we did do the little one shot from the Arcadia magazine. We did do that in one session. That was,
Yes.
I think that might
Yeah.
be the only one I have on record as being actually one session. Unless, caveat, you count the other games I've played that are specifically designed to be played in one sitting. Of which I have played a couple of those.
Those are kind of, because they're designed in such a way, it's like, it's just kind of a one shot by nature.
Yeah.
Like you play these characters, it's done. You play the character, it's done. You play the character, it's done.
I've played a few of those.
So like, those are interesting. Reminds me of the bear game that is literally like the rule sheet is literally on the smallest piece of paper ever.
Oh, Honey Heist?
Honey Heist.
Yeah, Honey Heist. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
one-page adventures are pretty great for like one-shot
it's
ideas
just-
or one-page systems.
They're also like very useful for like maybe a party game. I don't know, maybe not, in certain parties, but like, if all of your
yeah.
friends are nerds and up to it, or they like board games.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Yeah,
like
they're good for that.
yeah, like my buddy ran the what's the the raccoon racing one page tabletop game.
I have no
Yeah.
idea what you're talking
I haven't
about.
heard
That
that.
sounds
I haven't
pretty
heard that
good.
one.
It's the one
It
on
does.
Critical Role that they did once. And my buddy Joe ran it, but he just made it 40k goblins instead. Fucking great.
I love this so
So
much.
funny.
Hold on.
It was so funny.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate a little bit more.
So
I'm
the
gonna
whole
need you to
point.
find this and send it to me.
Yeah, I'll find you. I forgot what it's actually called. But basically it's the main thing is you're a raccoon living in LA, and you and your squad of raccoons join like a street race to win like the cash prize.
Like a
And part
like
of
a
it
human
is
street race.
yeah, human street race. Yep. and and part of it is you have to go out and find junk in a dumpster or in a large like what do you call it, like landfill, to like get parts for your vehicle to upgrade it, so that way you go to the race and then then you actually have a race.
I love this. I love this so much.
It was pretty great. And then just the fact that it was like
And you could just get it for goblins.
yeah, and then basically
that's great.
me and my other friend Chris, we were two goblins trying to outrace a bunch of 40k orcs, and it was just explosions and fucking gonzo the entire time. It was
Sounds
great.
amazing.
It was so funny.
That sounds really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
One page games are definitely good for one shots, because they're, like I said before, they're kind of just designed for it. They're not designed for very long games, and you might need an experienced DM with them, because they're one page of rules. There's going to be a lot of
Making assumptions.
coming up
Can
with-
I do this?
Yeah.
Sure, it's not on the page, but yeah, why not?
It doesn't say you
Sure.
can't.
Basically.
So, maybe a little bit like maybe a little seasoned DM. You make them a little spicy, but yeah, no, they're definitely good. They can also be good practice for DMs who want to become said spicy DM.
I don't know if I would say those those intentional, like those games meant to be played in one setting are good DM practice, really.
So what I'm specifically more leaning towards the improv nature of it, and understanding that not rules as written aren't always necessarily going to be for everything, because you just can't. That's not
sure.
You're not going to have all-encompassing rules. It just doesn't work that way.
You could
because
get
it's
some. I guess it could go either way. You could get a good lesson from it, of like, being loosey-goosey on the fly. You could kind of get a bad lesson from it, of being like, who the fuck needs rules? Yay! So I guess it depends on how you take them.
I mean,
They're also almost always GM-less, so it doesn't give you that angle.
depending on them. Depending.
Every big one I know of is GM-less. Like Microscope,
I found the
Dread.
thing, by the way. It's called Crash Pandas.
Crash Pandas. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess Dread is GM-less.
Dread is
sort of.
GM-less. Well,
Don't you need someone to like tell the story though?
kind of, sort of. Dread's a weird one, but like Microscope and Quiet Ear and like Stewpot is one that I played. Those are all GM-less. Fiasco is also GM-less. A lot of them are.
Wow.
So,
That sounds pretty nuts, but like I want to try see how
well,
it works.
so they don't.
Yeah, I really want to play Dread.
They don't. I've played Dread. Me and Sam have played Dread, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, we played together. They don't. Dread's a little different, because Dread, you do kind of have a narrator person, but the ones that are GM-less, the thing is they don't play the way you are used to. Essentially, the GM becomes the game, like the rule set, and it'll say, okay, everyone go around the table and do this, and then it'll give you like a prompt. Maybe you'll roll a die or like flip a coin to see what the next part is or whatever, and it'll be like, all right, now you do this session. Yeah, they're kind of board gamey-esque, but with the like, it's weird. It's hard to explain. They're board game-esque, but with the sort of looseness of the tabletop vibe.
Yep.
and you're sort of letting the whims of the game take you in whatever direction.
Because it's less so because you're literally it's the board game without the board, which if you take board game away from board game, you just get game. But game cool. What?
It kind of sounds like a choose your own adventure novel, but
you
way more involvement.
I wouldn't even. So, for example, the one I played, Stew Pot, to give you an idea, you essentially had phases. It would be you'd be like, all right, phase 1, player 1, what are you doing? This is the scenario, roll a die. How do you react? This is the scenario, roll a die. How do you react? And each player would go through that and then be like, all right, next phase. And you just sort of build up a story together. So it's the prompts are kind of like choose your own adventure, but you're going down your own little rabbit hole of improv-y shit. You're just kind of reeling, dealing.
Yeah.
Maybe interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. Some are, and some more compelling than others.
I've said this before.
The Quiet Year is actually quite complicated.
Never heard that one.
The Quiet Year? Oh, that's an interesting one.
I know that Josh and I have said this basically once a month, where it's I really want to play the Power Rangers TTRPG for a one shot. Just because of
thing.
Huh?
I always forget the Power Rangers one shot.
Yeah, it's really weird. But the way that I've always seen it described, or the way that they pitched it when it first came out, was you play the game in phases, much like that other game. So you play, you fight bad guys unmorphed, and then you fight them morphed, and then you fight them in your Megazord. And I was like, oh, that sounds so dope. I want to try that. Well,
that's still not quite the same, because that particular example is kind of you're going through, gameplay phases, but as dictated by the GM. What I'm talking about are more improv prompt phases. It's a little there's some similar. They're really it's a weird thing to explain without having played one of them. It's a whole thing. I listened to someone explain how Fiasco works one time, and it's hard to get a handle on. I'm not explaining this shit well, to be honest. But yes, the Power Rangers would be interesting to say at the very least.
There's another game that we've been talking about doing a one shot for I think 2 years now.
2 years, yep. Kamigakari, Demon Slayers, Demon Hunters, something like that.
Sir, I already explained it. The rules are so thick. It's so complicated.
I don't know. This is coming from the guy who's read, Burning Wheel 3 or 4 times. No. I think you need to just read. Just sit down, read.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean,
damn.
There was a streamlined version of
sometimes
it.
you do just gotta sit down and read. I don't know how else
to sit down. Just gotta sit down and read.
Try. I have a learning disability in school for a reason.
Are you telling us the reason that you don't play any game other than 5e because you have to sit down and read rules?
Yes.
Matt,
that's exactly
please.
why. He's never had a good reason. That's the only reason.
Murder on my motherfucking mind.
That's a good reason. I think that is.
No.
I refuse to say anything because I'm gonna go off.
I'm sorry, man. I can't.
Plant my feet in the ground. My opinion is fact.
My opinion is fact. Matt's head just buried in the sand.
Basically.
Matt, you're looking like a whole ass ostrich right now.
And I can't believe you'd come into the podcast and just say takes like this.
You should have been here for the bad takes episode.
I don't need to.
Yeah, okay.
I know that your takes are just bad.
All right, real shit. This is a tiny segue. Just a tiny segue. I was on the Bird app a week ago, and I saw this thread of what shit do you not allow in your games? And some of those takes, oh baby, they were real bad.
Such as
Sneak attack.
One person was like, I don't allow races with an intrinsic fly speed, and I was like, what? First of all, that's
pretty normal.
That's common.
I don't know. I
that's pretty common.
That's common.
I'm gonna look this up.
Because a lot of DMs, a lot of new DMs, even me, early on, I had no idea. I'm like, fuck, what do I do with a character that can fly at level 1? Like, how am I gonna stop him? All I got is a bandit
Yeah.
with a bow.
Wings.
A lot
Like,
of,
how am I gonna stop? Wait, the bandit has a bow.
well, the bandit has a bow, but also more importantly, the Aarakocra flying up in the air to not get attacked doesn't stop you from murdering all his friends. So
True.
you know,
Yeah, I mean
Which-
that was my first thought.
yeah, there's
I don't
still
know
like
why that just reminded me of in Total War Warhammer. If you have like a flying like character that can't be hit by melee, if all of the melee units die, they just have to land. Like it's just forced by the game because like you could still win otherwise.
right.
And
Oh.
it really do be just,
Here's
well,
one.
if you don't come down here, we're gonna figure out a way to get to you.
Here's
if all
one.
of his friends dead.
This blew my mind. Someone banned rapiers.
What? What?
Why?
Yeah.
Is it because he thinks Rogue is too powerful?
Is because he basically was like, Dex builds are too tempting. And if you
Oh
want
my
anything bigger than a
fucking-
D6, you're stuck with strength. And I was like, what the fuck? Get
Come
out of
on,
here.
dude.
Clown
Right.
status.
Come on.
I don't know. Hey, Rando, you're getting called out.
That's an interesting take. All right.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
You're still not in last place. However,
look. Here's the thing. I kind of
yeah,
get.
some people who think that sneak attack should be fucking banned.
Someone
Or
banned
nerfed.
warlocks.
I
Just wholesale, just warlocks.
Wow.
And their take was, I don't like their lore and I don't like them mechanically, so banned. I'm like, what?
Whoa.
What?
So they don't even have a good
See, I've
reason. They're
heard
just
that.
like, I don't like it. Okay.
pretty much.
That's a reason I hear a lot where some people are like, I don't get the flavor of this subclass, or I don't get the idea of this class, so I just ban it from my game.
What?
And it's like,
Ding
what the
dong,
fuck?
your fucking opinion is
Wait.
wrong, my guy.
Yeah, the logic of like, oh, I don't like the lore, so no. It's like, bro, you could change the lore. That's
you can
not.
change the lore, or your player could not even be thinking about that lore and just thinking about it in like a thematical sense for the
Yeah.
what
Yeah. Like to me, it's I don't care. It's like coming to a game. It's like, all right, fucking Wizards of the Coast shit, whatever's that. It's like, all right, Matt, I want to play, this. It's like, all right, sure. It's all Wizards of the Coast. I don't give a shit. Yeah. And then I will go and read it and be like, okay, this is what the class is about. But like, the fuck? Like, I've never like understood that. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't. So you can read.
I can read it. The 5e is Spark Notes, Sam. I need Spark Notes to come here.
5e isn't fucking Spark Notes at all. What are you talking about? 5e's whole thing is let's bring back the natural language and getting rid of the fucking Spark Notes that was for it. Ah, Matt.
Big up.
Man, I think I'm gonna have to send you a reading comprehension.
Oh,
The Ram Ranch.
Yes.
Sick.
You're
There
gonna
better
be
be
in the
some
bathroom
cowboys
of
in there, I
Ram
swear to
Ranch.
God, Sam.
I need a fucking nap.
You better beat them cowboys.
I need a fucking nap.
I'm looking through the list. Those are the two most roast-worthy ones for me.
I
But,
mean,
I think banning warlocks is probably my favorite one.
That's fucking wild.
that one's just wild.
I don't like people who have to ask for magic.
So
Unlike the cleric.
I'm gonna actually bring
wait.
this into the topic. Like, I can understand banning certain things for like a one shot, but a whole ass campaign, like,
Yeah, like you can't figure out a way to make it
What?
work.
like, okay, guys, we're gonna do the all fighter, one shot. Okay, sure. Every other class is banned. Whatever. Warlock, really? Just wholesale? No warlock forever? I mean, like,
I
the
think
class and-
I really want to have
yeah.
a chat with this person and be like, what is your beef with the quote unquote the lore? Like, what is even your
Right.
problem? I don't-
Yeah.
the lore is you have a god friend. That's it.
Right.
And it's not a good quote
It's not-
unquote good god friend either.
Yeah, I can understand for like certain themed one shots where it's like, all right, no casters or no fighters or no, whatever. Like, Joe ran us through a Toy Story themed one shot and basically was like, all right, everybody has to play Warforged because they're kind of close to toys. Other than that,
That's a
probably
stretch,
no
but
casters
okay.
because you're toys. And I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. Okay. And then I literally just played like a Macho Man Randy Savage action figure.
Amazing. 10 out of 10. I approve every time, Matt.
It was great. I didn't roll well the entire night.
That is unfortunate. But also on brand for you, so like I'm not surprised.
I don't like it.
Matt rolls probably the poorest out of all of us.
I'm not like Will Wheaton levels of terrible when it comes to dice rolling, but like I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's wild because Matt's stats will be so. Okay, no, I've figured out the dichotomy. Either Matt's stats are comically subpar and he rolls like a god, or his stats are god tier and he rolls like trash. There's no in between because fucking Matingo had like stats at best. But rolled natural 20s more than I've ever seen someone roll ever. He murked too many things in one shot. Like him just walk up, bonk on head with rapier, and it just turns to dust. And we're like, wait, but
remember that time that Matingo 1v1 to Merilith?
Yeah, remember when he halved at Merilith's health in one shot, round one? He just walk up down smashed, and that Merilith went, oh.
It's like, wait.
Yeah, and then Merilith was like LMAO, and then he threw a fucking down smash at him, and then Matingo said wave dash, and then wave dash didn't go off, and then he went, oh no, please God, someone help me, and then he got murdered. Oh, no.
I think I got hit once by Yunogo, and it literally killed me. I was like, meanwhile, fucking Cardell suffering.
So bad. We talk about this quite a lot, but like it really was funny.
It was so funny.
I have to admit, and this is kind of selfish. One of my favorite parts was when Josh's Kobold character looked at mine and was like, "You're gonna help, right?" And then I did the fucking Blood Hunter ethereal step thing. It was like, nope, and just laughed.
He did the vine of like the kid just piecing out, turning invisible.
I jumped the deuce, and I'm gone.
That entire encounter was a great time.
It was you're gonna help, and then fucking Paz goes, so stay woke, and just laughed. Oh my god.
Yeah, one day we'll give the full Descent into Avernus retrospective. We might have to stream that one. We might not be able to record that one. It might take too long.
Yeah, we could bring Cardell on for that one.
Yeah,
he's probably got some good commentary about
he
the
definitely
Yunogo
does.
fight.
He definitely does.
Totally not a carrion crawler.
Listen, him not being able to fight for 4 turns was probably one of the most relieving things ever. Listen, barbarians, I respect you. I understand you. I want to be you.
Me,
however,
vampire and barbarian, constantly dying in the campaign.
However, when you are strong, God, you're annoying. Yunogo, Cardell was playing a Echo Fighter Zealot Barbarian.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Zealot Barbarian.
Yeah, he was Zealot.
Yeah,
because he was really excited when he got the ability. It's like, you can res me with no material components. We were like, hold on, that's actually going to be really useful.
Yeah. And then Yunogo is like, LOL, Lamau, and took him out of the fight for 4 whole fucking rounds.
He said, I don't need to kill you. I just need to make sure you suffer.
They survived the encounter, but it was just still very amusing. Yeah. Matt, you have some great characters. You have some shit fucking rolls, my guy.
Thanks. That's what I'm here for.
That reminds me of the one time that Descent into Avernus almost became a one shot because two of you I said to them, there's no way you're both gonna roll nat ones and die.
They did.
And then they both did. And I just sat there like, all right, time to change the encounter a little bit.
Yeah.
Just gonna lower their health a smidge, and by a smidge I mean all of it.
When my lawful evil character was like, I can leave them here to die, in which case I'll be happy, but then I have to do this dungeon by myself. And so I dragged them out and got them brought back to life.
Yeah,
that was straight up did not have a good time.
No.
Yeah, it was yeah, it would have been very funny, because Zigzags, Josh's kobold. For the longest time,
Zigzags the Mighty.
Zigzags the Mighty.
Thank you. I always forget his title.
It's very important.
Zigzags the Mighty.
I killed a dragon, you know.
Do you remember that time they convinced Matingo that you actually killed the dragon?
I admitted to my lie, and Matingo was like, "What are you talking about?"
You've definitely killed the dragon. You told me so.
You're like,
Zigzags the Mighty would literally get one shot in every encounter until, like, I want to say 5 or 6 sessions in at least. It was very amusing.
Yeah, I think once we were out of level 1, he like was able to take a hit. But level 1 was rough for Zigzags.
It was very rough. There were instances where that really almost became a one shot. I would have been like, all right, guys, we're gonna I'll come back to this. We'll talk later.
Dude, I have seen a friend of mine was gonna run he did like one session of Avernus and they got murked at the tavern.
yeah.
No. Oh, so that tavern fight is notoriously hard.
Yeah, I've heard.
Like, a
it's
lot
crazy.
of people talk about that.
I mean,
because it's a bandit captain with like 7 bandits
it's a
against
CR
a level 1 party.
yeah, it's a CR 3 captain and 7 CR quarter bandits. I think it's like
something like that. But
what
the
the
captain
fuck?
itself is the problem.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you had 2 bandits, action economies on your side. If you have more than 3 players,
Actually, a bandit might be a CR8.
Either way, doesn't matter.
Still,
Like it's still a lot to fight, and like you don't even have the action economy on your side.
A bandit
and,
is CR 1/8, but like
to get the people in the bar to help you, you need to pay them.
Also, doesn't the bandit have like? Doesn't a bandit captain have parry?
He has parry, and he's got. I think he has 3 attacks. I think he can swing, and then
he can attack a lot. He has multi-attack, which is kind of dumb at that level.
If we had,
sorry, a bandit
like
captain CR2, but yes, they have 3 attacks and parry. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's kind of wild. Like, if there was like 6 or 7 of us at level 1, I'd be like, okay, well, that's 1 person per bandit. And then like we could dog the captain and maybe 3 of us would go down, but then we wouldn't die. But there was just 3 of us, 4 of us. Sorry,
there's 4 of
us.
you. And you were separated too. Like,
65 HP, my guy. Like, chill.
Yeah, no, that encounter is very overtuned for small parties. So like if you're
Lost
ever gonna run Descent to Avernus,
Lost Mine has the same problem.
Yeah,
but with goblins.
We talked about this in the pre-written adventure episode. You kind of need to do some tuning for your party when you look at these. Like, there's a lot of prep work that goes into it, and it's not just read the book. Matt is suffering through that right now. Smiley face. I did enjoy our time playing Descent to Avernus, except for the part where y'all almost died in that one sewer. Would have been great, but also terrible.
I mean, I guess a lot of those pre-writtens are maybe tuned to the assumption you'll have like a bigger party, 5, 6 people.
But usually, like the 5e adventures that are written like for 4. That's usually like the main.
They all say 3 to 6. I think usually.
They'll
3 to 5,
range, but they'll say 4 to 5 is generally like the expected, I believe.
Yeah, it's like
we suggest this many players, but you can play.
I guess I assume they tune towards the larger party size.
That being said, it's unfortunate, but the DMs do have to do work with pre-written adventures to make sure that their parties are not having a terrible time the whole time.
Yeah, I heard there's like the similar thing in the Icewind Dale, which I'm glad we like when Joe ran it for us. We skipped it entirely where. It's another like, oh, here's an assassin, like an ice assassin, and you guys are level 1, and he's gonna just murder the shit out of you. And it's like, oh, thanks, wizards. I hate this.
That, and like with Storm King's Thunder, the first encounter is an entire village filled with goblins.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's and then you go into a cave, like it's not the first series of encounters, I should say. You fight the goblins in the village, and then you go fight ogres in a cave. that also has a black pudding and a pillar.
Yeah.
That'll just kill your party. Like outright. Because they've just fought through so much that they stumble across the black pudding and then it wakes up and they go, oh no, I die now. It's like, yeah, some of these dungeons, I almost feel like, you know, we've talked about this again. Yeah, these adventures are definitely meant to be started at level 3, and then the 1 to 2 is like, you can do this for reasons. It doesn't always tie in, like, you know, being in Baldur's Gate and Avernus doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
God, please don't remind me.
There's like 1 or 2 things that connect to it, but like you don't get a whole lot out of it. Yeah. And then like Strahd is like, Strahd at least, you know, makes some sense because you're like, oh, you know, it's appealing to my sensibilities as a person, and I want to help these ghost children.
Yeah, those fucking ghost kids.
Yeah, and then they never come up again, and you're like, well,
that was so okay. But for both my character and me, like I know you do like, oh, you lay them to rest. They go. I was like, all right, that's cool. But I was really mad when we got through, and they just never came up. Like maybe I thought maybe their parents would be more important, or like something about the death house would come up again, and then they didn't. And I'm pretty sure I asked you like after the session, like after the game ended, like, were those kids fucking relevant at all? And you were like, no, not really. And I went from being annoyed because I felt like we must have missed something, or maybe it was in the final dungeon, to it just not being there in the first place. I was like,
I think the one thing that is relevant is that they have actual souls. So the whole thing with Barovia is that
which may or may not come up.
I mean, yeah, the whole thing with Barovia is that like most of the people there are literally just creations that Strahd made and threw out there. Like they don't have souls. They're like basically robots, just performing the programming of what a human is like in a town, essentially. So, you know, them being actual souls is kind of relevant. But like, you know, Barovia is real fucked up, to put it lightly. There's a whole lot of lore that goes into Barovia that like you just kind of miss because it's not explicitly told to you or given to you organically or whatever, because, you know, you got to kind of look for it in certain places where you're going to meet certain NPCs.
Buy Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, available now. Your local GameStop.
We are not sponsored, Matt.
A part of me wants to look through Van Richten's Guide, but I honestly, just because I did not have an amazing time with Strahd as a not to say that Sam did a bad job, but I just like felt like I wanted a lot out of Strahd that I feel like I didn't get. I was just kind of like, do I need to read this when I could read Fizbits? Probably not.
True. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in Strahd, but if you're not like into that kind of type of game, then
there's that, and like, you know, when I ran Strahd, it's not one of my biggest problems with the pre-written adventures. They're not organized very well, and like you're like, oh well, you know, if you get like a digital version, no, it's just a book. It might actually be organized worse because, you know, you can't read it specifically. So like there's a lot of stuff that you either miss or you don't see until like you literally get to a particular encounter and like, wait, hold on, that was supposed to happen here. Like, why didn't it write it in the beginning? Like, honestly, every section should have a synopsis for any encounters that you run into, yada yada yada, and then have a greater like explanation of everything that happens to it, so that you could just be somewhat prepared rather than having to read every single thing. Crazy idea. Spark notes it. Smiley face.
Yeah, kind of Mad Mage has this where like the first like paid chapter of a dungeon's like, hey, what's in here? What's important? Random encounters.
Yeah,
and
so
you're
like,
off and you're like, oh, neat. And then it goes through the normal thing.
They kind of do. They have it in labels, but like certain encounters are, at least in other books, I haven't read Mad Mage, are like, they'll be like, yeah, you encounter, like, at F, you encounter 2 revenants. But until you read the encounter in full, you won't know that these revenants are actually named revenants, and they have, a history with this place, and these are all the things they know, and this is the equipment they have, and this is why it's significant, and like it'll, you're like, okay, I mean, maybe that should be there, maybe I should know that Bill and Ted the revenants are at F instead of just 2 revenants.
Oh, sick, Bill.
Excellent.
Thank you, Matt.
That's what I'm here
Thank
for.
you. Yeah, you're picking up on my bad jokes and not reading.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anyways, one shots.
Matt, that's not a segue, Matt.
Oh, it's not. Oh, sorry. All right.
I'll give you.
I was trying to turn the wheel.
Matt, I will give you. I'll give you a
first?
C for trying.
Thanks. I'll take it.
Yeah, I was specifically told to tell you that is not a segue. By the way, I didn't even notice you do that until just now.
What?
I
didn't notice he does what?
The anyways, and then tries to segue
Tries
back
to
into
segue
it.
and then
Fails
just
to do
careens
so.
into another tree.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of careening into a tree, no.
Yeah. Just-
Sam's dead.
Yeah, no, I died. This is my final message. Save the world. Goodbye.
Too late.
Oh, wait, don't go back to the warp. Don't go back to the warp. You're already going to be in the warp for like 3 weeks.
No. 3 weeks? What are you talking about?
No, that's right. Josh is going to the warp for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Not even
He's
3
taking a
weeks.
staycation in the warp for a little bit.
Look, it could be 3 weeks. Like, it could be 10 days for us, 3 weeks for you. You don't know. The warp's weird.
True.
It's fair. It could be like 6 years.
True.
Who knows?
It's true. You can go back in time.
I remember the last time a friend went to go get milk from the grocery store. He never came back. Anyways.
Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
Emotional damage.
Oh my god, no. Oh my. It was. That was almost a mean RC into a level 3 super, but I didn't know how to do it.
Wow, Roman cancels. So anyways. We definitely have careened off the cliff and into a whole new we missed a road, honestly. We just kind of landed in a lake. We're just out here. Matt's trying to break down a window.
Now we're in pre-gen 2 electric boogaloo. Second time's the charm.
I am going to helicopter rescue us and put us back on the road. They did leave us without a car, which is kind of fucked up, TBH. But I do have to ask the question. You should have grabbed that when we got on the helicopter, Matt. You only have yourself to blame.
Correct.
So I know that one of us here has this particular problem, but as well as myself. But do you feel like one-shots help you get rid of some of the character ideas that you've just been sitting on for ages? Because like they definitely help me with the more ridiculous ideas like Termic.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if I have a character idea that's really basic, it's good to get him out. But if I have a character idea that I've like thought about for quite a while and I have some layers to it and I play it in a one shot, then I have the opposite problem. I then feel the deep urge like, well, I have to play them more now. I didn't get the full thing out of this. I didn't get my full meal. So it's a very delicate balance about how to manage that one, because you can definitely, or if you have a character idea and you're like, oh, this is a pretty straightforward idea, this should be fine, and then you play it out in a one shot and then you get really fucking invested in there, you're like, oh fuck, now I really want to play this more. That's also a problem sometimes.
I mean, I feel like that's just a problem with one-shots in general, TBA.
That's such pain. That exact reason is why I have like 5 different iterations of 3 or 4 characters.
Yeah.
Like, I've made Nico like 5 times for different games that have just never like materialized, and I'm just like, god damn it. Finally, he exists in Vampire.
Yeah.
Same thing with like my summoner character, Rava. Like, I've every time like that setting was like, or that GM was like, hey, I'm doing a one shot, can I bring Rafa back? And he's like, yeah, sure, okay, you can bring your summoner back. I'm like, let's fucking go. My original character Ilias has 2 iterations because I was like, nope, can't let him go. I need Gunboy back.
You know, I feel that because one of my favorite characters that I've ever played, Hanuman, I played him in Cyberpunk, and I tried playing him again, but with a different set of people, and it didn't work out too well because it ended up with me being the player mom, but also in game the character mom, and I'm like, this is not the same character at all.
Nope.
Because
I'm trying to think if there's any characters I've played twice or more than. I don't think so.
No, I don't. I the only thing I can say is that like you've brought characters that you've liked out of the game and put them in other games, like video games, like Valentine.
Yeah, I've put her in a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
which is funny because I didn't even play her that long.
No, she definitely was the most impactful of the 3 characters.
Actually,
I would say second, because Claw was probably very, like, to me, very impactful, and then he fucking died.
Actually, I did kind of make Valentine twice, because I basically recreated her in Vampire and adjusted her name slightly.
Yeah,
I filed the serial numbers off. So I did kind of make that character twice. You could also make the argument I made Zigzags twice.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because I made the wizard version of him first, but I didn't play that one really. True. So, you know.
We had 2 sessions.
1 or 2 sessions with him. Yeah. Yeah, that was a time.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of have like, I don't want to say the opposite problem, but like anytime I have a character idea, my first thought was like, all right, how can I turn this into an NPC and throw it into my game for my players?
Matt, I feel like that problem comes from the fact that you play in the 1 game ever.
Probably.
Like you DM 1 game and you play in one of ours in 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, just 1.
I don't think I've ever OC'd a character into one of my games.
Oh, I do it fucking constantly.
I know you.
So
do.
remember that AMV take that I had before?
Yeah, the one where I was like, "Oh, that's big same there, bud," and everyone's like, "Really? AMVs?" Shut up.
Yeah, and that's what I do with characters. I'm like, well, now it's just an NPC in the game because I thought of them.
Same.
Oh, dude, I fucking Ilias is back in my current setting as an NPC with the serial numbers filed off.
Yeah,
like I just are like, because it's like, oh, it's not Ilias, it's erase Eli. And I was like,
that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah. I what is it? My Persona RPG characters in that game. I put Ro in there somewhere. I don't remember exactly. I have to check my notes. But yeah, no, all my NPCs are in there in some way, shape, or form. It's very funny, and I'm just like, the more characters I think of, the more NPCs I have.
Yeah,
the more powerful I become.
The problem is, so for me, I don't ever, other than like the AMV thing, I generally just get attached to a character idea and I go, I really want to play this. And like, it's the only character idea that stays in my head.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, I made the joke about a depressed vampire forever ago, and he's still there. The depressed vampire that was part of a cult that he thought was just a bunch of a bunch of other vampire guys that were like in a cult, but it was actually just a vampire club. And they were all pretending. They were all pretending to be vampires, and then one day a group of adventurers just comes by and beats the crap out of him. He's like, "Wait, you guys weren't vampires the whole time?" And just becomes very depressed because everything you ever knew was a lie.
That is kind of a struggle.
I love the idea of you playing Vampire the Masquerade as a vampire with a bunch of humans that are playing Vampire the Masquerade, like this fucking weird Inception of VTM.
I mean that's kind of what it is. No, but yeah, it's like just the idea of him being so depressed that he thought he had vampire friends this whole time. They weren't. They were role playing the whole time, and he's like, wait, what?
Can you imagine how the local Camarilla syndicate would deal with that? They're like, well, okay, so you broke the masquerade, but they think this is a game, so you didn't really break the masquerade because they don't think this is real, but but you thought it was real, which meant that you broke the masquerade. Oh, I just punched my mic. Just like them, the hoops they're jumping through mentally to be like, do we blood hunt you or do we not? This is killing me.
I mean, they just turned out to not be vampires. So, and like, he didn't say that they were vampires, or he was a vampire. So, like, did he break the masquerade, or?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you
So,
a warning this time.
I have no idea. I have
no
no
more
idea
vampire fan clubs for you. It's like, oh,
no more vampire fan clubs for you. Yeah, so like, I definitely wouldn't be able to bring that kind of character into one shot because I'd want to play him too much. But like, like Termic the Barbarian, I could definitely play for a session and be like, all right, I got my chuckles out, you know. There's also like character builds that I would play maybe for one shots and not necessarily character ideas.
Build ideas
to test builds. You know, be like, does this really function the way that I think it does? Because there's a lot of those out there, but like some just work. You know, you look at them and you go, okay, this synergizes real well, like Rogan Paladin. Or Rogan, pretty much anything TBH. Like, you could slash Rogan to basically anything and it worked. Maybe not Wizard, but like, you know.
Yeah, build testing is definitely a good thing to do with one shots. That's a pretty easy, like, low
it's the
commitment
easy
thing.
Positive. This is the easy pro. You know, gold star.
That's the exact reason why I love Blade Singer so much, because I played one in a one shot and I was like, this is so fucking cool. I played this like crazy like weird mix between like the typical Buddhist monk with like the staff with the rings in it that jingle, and like a sword dancing witcher with like a rapier that had holes in it to like spin around your fingers and shit. And it was just this weird like a weird mix of like percussion and ham boning music. And I was like, yo, this is so cool. I love this idea so much.
Sorry. Okay. I hate that you said ham bone, because now all I can think about is Thanos in Marvel vs. Capcom shouting hand bone. And I'm definitely sure that's not what he's saying, but that's what it sounds like. And now that voice line's in my head forever.
I'm so sorry.
Right.
And nobody even knows what I'm talking about, because it's Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which nobody cared about.
No. I heard Thanos was like, wait, hold on. Which
it's
Marvel vs.
MVCI.
Capcom? It ain't the Infinite Video Capcom. That's what I know for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking ham bone. Thanos and his ham bone. Christ. I'll have to show you all that later. Anyway.
Please do, because that sounds like pain and suffering. I don't hate when, you know, people are hammy with you know, voice lines and stuff, but like, you know, when I have to hear something that's definitely not the line, I'm like, wait, hold on, maybe we could have done a different take, whatever, it's fine. I can't speak English. Back to Bladeslinger.
Yeah.
So funnily enough, in 4E, the first time I played D&D, tabletops in general, my entire goal was to become a Bladesinger.
Yeah, because it was a wizard prestige.
It was a wizard prestige for Eladrin only, which I was, because it in lore is they're the only ones that can be it. So, which is, you know, I mean, I didn't really care about the whole race thing because they had +2 to intelligence anyways. So like, baby's first game, who cares? And then I discovered I don't like wizard, at least in 4E.
I was gonna say, at least in that.
Because like I like illusion magic and stuff, but like it definitely felt like wizard was designed way more for control. I mean, it literally, I'm pretty sure the label of the class was basically controller. Then I wanted to play in my fantasy game where I'm a wizard, and I've been told that I can shoot fireballs, but I can't shoot fireballs. I cast magic missile a lot.
I think you still could, but yeah.
I cast magic missile.
It's a lot of magic.
That was the one thing it was a lot of magic missile. There was a lot of missiles that were magic flying around. I never made it to Bladesinger, unfortunately. So you know, but you know, sword mage cool.
Didn't get anywhere near prestige classes.
Nope, I think we got the level 2.
That sounds about right.
Either way.
I think prestige classes are so sick an idea, but like
the
impractical.
The problem with them is
impractical is a good way to put it.
It depends on the prestige class, because like in 3rd edition, you know, it was like have a certain set of skills and like perform an objective, and like you get the prestige class, and you have like, you know, it could be, you know, have this many points to a skill or just be this level. Like assassin, talk about this during the rogue episode. Assassin requires you to have certain stats and then just kill someone, just randomly. Just shank a bitch, you know. That hobo over there, stab, dead. You can now be assassin.
I remember I looked into prestige class. Oh god, I'm choking.
He's done
something. I remember looking into prestige classes a little bit, and wasn't it like the only way to increase your prestige class was to like find someone who was a higher level, that like you couldn't level up in it naturally. You had to find somebody who was better at it than you.
I think it depended on the class.
That's where I'm getting at with the whole it depends, because it's the like fact that
that's even a possibility is such horse shit. Like I understand it, but fuck you. No, cut that shit out.
Well, you know, I think the time scale that people like, and I'm not talking about the actual physical playing time scale, but the time scale in which your characters were operating in back in the day was assumed to be very long. Like, it was assumed, like, leveling up makes a lot more sense when you think about the idea that your character's been adventuring for 3 years in the campaign, you know, as opposed to how a lot of people take 5e, where it's like, we've been adventuring for 2 months and we're level 20. It's like, yeah, that probably doesn't add up so much. Like, time spans were intended to be way longer. It was assumed you would take more pauses in between adventures. You would go back to the big city, and one of the things you would do would be find your Blade Singer teacher to level up your prestige for Blade Singer and like shit like that.
The mentality of game design and gameplay was extremely different.
It was like 5e has got this like crazy breakneck speed action hero thing that a lot of people are doing these days, which I don't think was intended, but it's where we're at.
When you look at the suggested amount of experience that you should be giving to your players per session,
I mean, maybe it was intended. I don't know.
Is kind of ridiculous, because it's like you basically have to be fighting for like 5 hours straight in real time to get that much experience, or just hand it to them, you know. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. TBH.
It also, like, healing took longer too in older editions. Like, you had to stay in town for like a fucking week to heal up.
Well, because in 1st and 2nd edition, it takes a day to heal 1 hit point.
Yeah, 1 hit point. 1 day is 1 hit point.
Shit.
Yeah, so
it might have been 1 plus con, but yeah.
Either way, literally what people would do to speed up healing is just cast healing healing spells every single day until everybody was healed up. Instead of waiting for all of your hit points to come back. Because that's ridiculous. Like it takes forever, which is why, like, you know, if we ever do the 1 through 5 one-shot series, brother, we're gonna have to tune the rules just a little bit.
I don't actually hate that idea.
Neither do I. I think it's a good idea. I think we just have to really sit down, and that's a whole discussion.
No. I meant the idea of it takes a long. You have to
health.
Yeah, like you have to hang around in town for a while to heal up. Like, I don't hate that design. I think the problem is 5e. Like, you can kind of do it with 5e, but it's like 5e's in a weird space where some of the game assumes we're doing action hero, superhero speed time, and some of the game doesn't, and they kind of butt heads sometimes. It's like a whole thing. Because, like, Stars Without Number does the same thing. Like, you only heal, I believe that game is literally 1 HP plus con modifier per day. But that game assumes you're taking fucking weeks to travel from planet to planet. You're taking time to set up routes and get missions. Like, there's all this assumed, like, the vibe is, like, slower paced and less crazy. So, you know, I don't mind it, although it does make your game kind of worse for one-shots.
Absolutely, it does.
By the way,
which is why I said,
since I don't know if I'm ever going to get to it, I think 5e is a pretty shit game for one-shots. Just gonna throw that one out there. Don't think it's a good
Wow.
system for one
Hard
shots.
Josh
disagree,
saying a
but I
negative thing about
understand.
5e.
I think for one shots, it literally is just we have adventure and we run dungeon and that's it.
Well,
that's the whole one shot.
The reason I said that is because 5e, the progression is incredibly linear, right? Like to really experience the game, you have to spend a good chunk of time with it to really try out every little like facet of it, because the progression is very linear. You know, you ramp up from fighting kobolds to fighting God, and also there's a lot of mechanics in 5e that assume relatively long timelines that are kind of tricky to stuff into a one-shot scenario. Sure, you could do a one-shot, but you're not really getting the full birth of the game. You're just sort of like getting a little taste of it, which I think
there's a lot of games that you can run one shots for.
that's what I was about to say. Is I think a lot of games are pretty shit at one shots. I think a vast majority of games are bad at it.
I wouldn't say shit. I would just say that they don't like you don't get the full experience.
Yeah,
You know, I don't mean
it's not
okay.
It's not
Not that they're bad. Not that they're bad or unfun. What I mean is,
No, I understand what you mean. It's literally you're not going to get everything that you would want to.
yeah, you're
out of a
almost not
one-shot
playing the
with this
game, which sounds shitty,
Yeah.
but it's like. It's like the thing where if you play Elden Ring for an hour, did you really play Elden Ring? It's like, well, you did, but like, did you though? You know,
you walked up to the first NPC, punched him a couple times after he told you not to punch him because that's rude. Why would you punch him? And then he kills you, and then you get mad that he kills you, and then you do this on repeat, and you just don't play the game anymore.
Sam, this is really specific. Call out. Stop.
What?
Hold on. Just to not only put 5e on blast though, too. I do want to say, like, Blades in the Dark, same problem. Terrible for one shots. That game
I think
sucks
that's even
balls.
worse for a one shot.
Yeah, it's even worse. That game's terrible for one shots.
Like, because you miss the whole.
There's
like,
so many meta. There's the
progression.
the meta game of that game is like you can't do it in one shot.
Like,
Also,
you could do some character progression. You cannot do any gang progression.
LOL,
except for maybe,
Lamau,
like,
Burning Wheel.
Yeah, Burning Wheel would be awful.
It's impossible.
For a one
You can't do it. You just can't.
No,
it's not an option.
You want the one shot would be character creation.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's that. Like, and it's funny because the book literally says you should do character creation a few times before you play the game.
Yes, it does.
Jesus, what?
It's because there's so many ways to go about it.
Yeah. Because you literally you're living a life during character creation, like with the orc character
you
creation,
can also kind of fuck up.
You can extremely fuck
real
up
bad.
So like it just wants you to learn the system, because it's not, I put point here, I pick class. It's I pick this lifestyle because this is my beginning one.
A lot of people do it backwards. They're like, this is what I want to play. Now I have to go backwards to figure out how I can actually get to the thing I want to play.
Yeah, that's definitely a better way to go about it overall, because it's like, unless you're doing the I roll a die and figure out where I go from here thing, you're probably not gonna have a good time. And and if you do that in Burning Wheel, you're definitely not gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
like Burning Wheel is such a long form high fantasy game that I can't see one shot ever happening with it.
Yeah, but also, me saying that a lot of games are bad for one-shotting is not me saying the game itself is bad, or it's just a lot of games are not designed in a way where
no, they're not designed to be short-term.
Yeah, and the games that do it well are games that have less linear progression and more wide progression, where instead of getting stronger, you sort of get more options, you build out. Those games tend to work better one-shot wise.
I think.
But everyone plays one-shots in 5e because 5e is the popular game.
I was
Which is fine, but
5e is good for one-shots if you just do dungeon runs. Like,
true, you can do a single dungeon run. It's good for that.
You can do dungeon runs because dungeon runs are less popular now. We discussed this, I think, off recording at one point. Like, dungeons are just
everywhere around.
Dungeons are just like not as popular because, people have heard so much about these epic campaigns that people talk like you did back in the day, and
people want to do Lord of the Rings way more now.
People want to do they want to do the Lord of the Rings rather than the dungeon runs, and it's like yeah, I get it. You know, it helps you explore your character a little bit more when there's more drama going on than, the spooky lich, we got to go fuck him up again. Hoo hoo hoo, hee hee ha. You know, I get it. I understand. I like dungeon runs, especially for one shots. Like White Plume Mountain was definitely a good place for a one shot, even if it took 2 sessions.
Let me tell you,
because the microwave hallway will never
the microwave hallway. Yeah, that's the thing about dungeon runs.
It's a microwave hallway.
Yeah, yes. It was. That's the thing about dungeon runs, right? And like, they're super dope if the GM puts the time in. But if you don't put that prep time in, they're fucking lame as hell.
Well, it's like pre-written adventures. It quite literally is like you need to put a lot of work into everything for it to have it be enjoyable. Like, I put more work into characters in Avernus than I did with Strahd, and that made it more enjoyable for myself as the DM. Combat, I looked at the random encounter table and said, LOL, Lamau. because and the reason why is because in Strahd, the random encounter table was more of a hindrance than a boon. I really should have just been like, all right, they're gonna encounter something when they walk here and I'll make it better, because I like tables, I really do. However, if you're not like, if you don't have something in mind for every item on your table, especially for like random encounters, you probably want to like pull it back a little bit, you know, or make the roll well in advance and then think about what you're going to do while your players are role playing. Just a little piece of advice. Buy yourself time by making your players role play. I know I don't have a problem with buying myself time. There are times where you guys or my Monday group will role play the entire session. And I go, I didn't have to prep a goddamn thing, but here I am.
Yeah, it's very funny. So just another quick aside. I feel like my players think that I've been prepping far less than usual as of late. Because they haven't had like real dedicated combat in a while. Like they've done like tiny skirmishes, but they've managed to roleplay or plan or accidentally plan their way out of every combat I've like straight up planned that I have maps and shit for every single time. Like 4 times in a row. It's honestly fucking impressive. And I brought it up last session and people were like, oh, that's kind of funny. Like maybe like they didn't really believe me. And I'm out here like, no, you don't understand. This is pain. I actually prepped all of this. It was very funny. And I'm putting it on the record now in front of the universe. Like, nah, y'all just skipped the combats, like super luckily. And I'm sorry that there hasn't been enough, but y'all are just outsmarted me.
You know what, Isaiah?
It's fine.
It's time to bust out the old choo-choo train.
Don't throw them on the railroad.
Get them rail spikes, my guy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
don't tie them up, throw them on the railroad, and then twist your mustache evilly.
Tie them the fuck up.
You're gonna fight this encounter, or you're gonna die.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close to that.
Listen, everybody. Everybody needs a good conductor every once in a while.
Yeah. All right.
I also think that, you know, if you plan an encounter, you can just kind of retrofit them somewhere else. I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or I've retrofit boss NPCs to do other things. You know, it's always possible.
Have y'all seen, I can't remember what the fuck it's called. It's called like the Gamarion or something like that.
I feel like I have.
No.
The only way I can describe it is a chupacabra on steroids. Like, it looks like...
Send this to me, actually. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I'm gonna post it. It's this thing. It looks like El Chupacabra on the creatine. Yeah. It's on that muscle marinara. It's so yoked.
What is this thing called?
That's a wide boy.
The Gomazoa. That's what it's called.
What the fuck is this from?
Plane Shift Zendikar.
I don't.
Oh, of course, it's from the Zendikar PDF.
I don't even know what that is.
The plane. So before Wizards released like Ravnica and their Magic the Gathering books, they released a bunch of PDFs of different planes to get people interested in Magic the Gathering and be like, do D&D players also like Magic the Gathering? And the answer was,
yeah. I mean, yes. The answer is yes. I know you don't, Matt, but the answer is yes.
Hi. Raising hand. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Played Magic for like
Yeah.
half my life. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Matt, I'm sorry to tell you this. You're in the minority on this one.
Oh, I know.
You're-
I'm literally the
I
only
am
one like,
too.
get your fucking chocolate out of my peanut butter,
Listen,
you heathens.
I'm in the
Meanwhile,
minority,
Everyone
too.
else around me.
I love chocolate and peanut butter, but boy,
Same.
does it make me sick.
So,
I
I mean,
mean-
want to hear my
Also-
favorite part about this thing?
I would like. Sorry.
Is it his webbed hands?
No, it's that it has the Roper's false appearance thing. It just looks like a stalagmite.
Oh.
So,
That-
can you just
how?
fucking imagine? Can
It
you just fucking imagine this thing? It's just still, and then your character walks by and it just cold cocks you in the jaw and turns back into a stalactite.
Just
You
haymakers.
just look
like-
at it, you're like, yep, that's
just
definitely
Jim
a
the
rock.
elf
All of a sudden.
walking down the cave and just gets like, "Duh," and it's just unconscious. And it's like, what happened? He's like, I just saw a big fist. I don't even. Where did that even come from? It's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking. And he just gets knocked out too.
God, I wish.
Oh
maybe
my
I'll
God.
maybe I'll write that
What
one
were you
down.
gonna say, Josh?
I was gonna say I am also I'm in the same minority as you, Matt. But then again, the magic stuff got me Theros, so like I can't complain too much.
Well, like,
Yeah, look,
it's
I
not
was
that
also
hate
in the
it.
minority, and then Theros came out. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Theros is
Me
it's okay.
and the majority.
No, I'm Matt
Sorry.
Hardness. I'm sorry. Theros is fucking awesome. There's so
Eh.
much cool shit. I really wish people like. I really wish it was easier to fit the piety thing in other places because I really
Yeah.
like it. I know it's not like maybe as fleshed out as it could be, but I think it's really fucking cool for what it is.
I think it's cool too. I found a Strixhaven version. Someone converted the piety system from Theros to Strixhaven, and I was gonna use it in my campaign, but it was just like added like work and extra things that both
That's a
me and my
weird
players would have
conversion.
to fucking. Yeah, and I was
Yeah,
like, I like
strange.
after like the last second, I was like, you know what, guys, I don't think we can do the piety system. I'm sorry. Like as much I hyped it up like a dick, and then I'm like, I don't think we can do. I'm like, this is gonna be way too much.
Wait, what did they replace piety with?
For in what Strixhaven? No,
Yeah.
it was a separate PDF I bought from the DM's Guild, and it was someone
No, I know,
took
I
the piety
understand.
system and converted it.
But what I'm saying is, what did they call it? Like, what did they
It
turn
was still
into?
piety, but it was like
What?
your piety was now based on the 5 schools, the 5 colleges, quote unquote, of Strixhaven,
I
and
guess
you
like a
gain
point
different
system.
boons depending on
I feel
what
like the
you do.
word piety doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah,
but
no,
okay.
it would
I-
have to be
you know-
something like it would have to be like grades, right? Like honor roll or something.
Yeah.
Like
Something like
Yeah.
that. Like you gained a point for your particular
Grades.
group or
Maybe it's just your
whatever.
grade.
yeah, you could fucking
Grade of
spy a
student,
family and
yeah.
just make it like your gold stars. Like you got
yeah,
3 gold stars now. You
yeah.
can cast counter spells. Like,
stars.
I'm sorry. Every time that you guys have said piety, I keep thinking of the stat in 14 and how awful it is. I just,
bro, I don't even know what those stats do sometimes. I don't know.
you don't have
Mana
to.
regen.
You'll play a healer.
That's fair.
It's MP regen for healers only. So you just don't use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? That
because-
sucks.
No, so the thing is that DPS generally, because they're designed in such a way, this is not even tabletop anymore, they're designed in such a way that they shouldn't run out of MP unless they're playing really poorly or suboptimally, or they're like a red mage and they keep raising people. Healers need way more MP because they're not in a set rotation. And they generally have a lot of tools around it. However,
Comma.
piety is like the stat you want the least, unless you're playing like white mage, because white mage currently has like 2 mana tools, really, and 1 way to get it back.
Yeah, I
You
remember.
could say that it's mechanic. It's a unique mechanic of getting lilies to use it as heals is good. However, it requires a GCD. So like,
Damn, we are way too deep in the weeds.
I
on
know.
This.
I
We gotta
listen.
reel this back. This is too much.
No.
I just-
let
I'm
me
just thinking about-
lament over a white mage.
I mean, I saw Aster playing White Mage once, and he's like, and my mana's gone. And I was like, what the fuck? Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, it's gone. It's over. One shots. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Matt, that right there, that's also not a segue.
Not a segue. Bad segue.
Speaking of bad segues,
Speaking of terrible, awful
No, Matt,
segues,
don't do
I'm
this.
gonna make a real bad segue too.
say
I haven't played it a one shot in a while. I'll be honest. Like I think Matt.
Well,
the ones that
I have ideas for one shots, but like,
it quite literally, like, because like Vampire was supposed to be a one shot, and then it became the off game for when the on game was gone.
I fell too much in love with Nico to allow that to happen. I'm be real.
Yeah.
It's only like 5 pages and counting for the backstory. It's fine. What was I gonna say? But it's bad.
Stop.
But I believe Matt, Josh, and I are going to be in a one-shot soon. Because I know Lupo is running one at his place. We're probably going to do that.
Yeah. I still have that one at level 21 I wanted to run you guys through at some point.
Oh, yeah, that too.
The, like, kind of spelljammery one.
A level 21. That doesn't not sound.
It's pretty fun. I'm gonna be real. Like,
you never wanted to try to be like, all right, for once, let me play a level 20 character.
I mean, literally every time we talk about level 20, he's like, I hate their capstan abilities. So
true. That's not the problem though. I just think doing it for, a few we keep saying, as we, I don't know if we really got into this, but like we said, it's never really a one shot. It's always so assume when we say the word one shot, we mean 2 to 3 sessions.
Well, actually, I want to sidetrack from that. How many like one shots have you guys run that actually ended up going past one session? Because most of the ones I've run
going past all of them, most of them. Really?
Because most of the ones I run have been like one session, except for the White Plume Mountain one, which I fucked up.
Most of the one shots that are supposed to be one session end up becoming much more long.
I usually end up doing 3. Wait,
I have a bad habit of
hold on.
But that my players are playing.
But my question here is, are they one shots that you finish, or do you just play one session and be done with it no matter where it lands? Because those are 2 different things.
No, most of them have ended like at usually my main group. We run for 4 hours, and usually by the time it gets to the 4-hour mark, we're pretty wrapped up. So like most of the one shot, like I've run the goblin one with you guys. I've run that for another group. That ended one session, no problem. I did a whole like Chinese festival mini game session, a bunch of level 11 characters, fought a bunch of like demons afterwards. One session. I did a level 20 lich. What's the big demon? What's like the super powerful demon?
There's a lot of those.
The one
that was fucking vague and unhelpful.
The fucking high level one in the monster manual. The not the pit fiend equivalent to demons.
Oh, a Baylor.
Thank you. Fuck.
I'm not going to be as savage as Josh was. I'm being real, but I was quite
thought you meant
confused.
Like a prince.
I thought you meant one of the princes.
No, I would have said princes. I said demon basic
Matt,
bitch.
Okay. You didn't say basic.
In all fairness,
I said demon.
Wait, real quick. In all fairness, it took all of us a collective 15 minutes to remember Orcus's name that one time.
Yeah,
so
okay. That's
all
true.
Bets are off. I'm gonna be real.
That's true.
We all went EXP smoothie for about 10 minutes.
And then this Halloween, I ran Strahd Must Die Tonight twice with 2 different groups, and both of them ended within the 4 hour.
Strahd Must Die Tonight is literally designed to end no matter what. Like if they fail, they fail. If they succeed, they succeed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do.
That's where the whole
right.
That one's a technicality.
Sure, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna count it. And then I did the same thing, Josh. I ran the Arcadia one for a bunch of brand new people who wanted to get into the game, and I just lowered everything to like level 3 characters.
Yeah, that's the only one I've done one.
So
literally the only one.
But yeah, most of the ones one shots I run, they end at with one session, and that's it. Because that's the idea. It's like I don't like try to over prep. I don't try and like. I also watched one of the big things with running one shots. Watch the fucking clock. You gotta watch the clock and make sure to be like, all right, we're fucking ending, whatever. And if you have to like rush a bad guy at the end or rush the ending, just do it.
Here's the thing. I hardly ever want to do just one session. A lot of the time I want it to be like 3 sessions.
It becomes for me that I like the characters that my players are playing too much that I don't want it to only be one session.
I very rarely
Yeah,
actually
I have
want
a
it to be
similar
one.
thing. But it
that's
is
not the
worth, like,
There you go for it. Sorry.
No,
Well,
it's
like,
not
for
the
me,
point. If that's what you're about to say.
my one shots usually go. I have had one shots just be a single session. They're usually two, and this goes to like a point that I wanted to bring up, which is more often than not, if you want one shots to be quick and snappy, kill the preamble. Don't. There is no meat in the tavern. Just be like, your characters know each other. You've known each other for a while. You say duh, but a lot of the one shots I've been in, like, over the years, there's always a lot of preamble. Hell, the ones I've run, there's a lot of preamble. If you cut that shit out, you're cutting out an easy 45 minutes of nothing, and you can just get right into the action. And usually I feel like it's only, like, whenever the second session comes, you could probably speed run it in like 30 to 45 minutes, but everyone's like having such a good time with those characters that they'll goof off a little bit more, because it's like, it's the last one, we'll definitely finish this time. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, like, if I want to, I mean, particularly with a game like D&D, if I want it to keep short, a big trick is, like, you got, like, maybe 2 combats, my guy, at most. And maybe you could do 3 combats, maybe. That's part of it.
You could. You'd have to be real short, though.
Short ones. But yeah, no preamble. But the thing is like, if you cut down to one session and you specifically, and this is why I don't like doing one session, if you specifically are saying we're only doing one session, then it's a lot harder to do the 3 act arc of something. Because if you're cut down to one session, generally what you do is, as I said, you cut out the preamble, which means you kind of jump in around Act 2. And I don't like doing that. And so a lot of the time, I would just rather take the 2 sessions to get the full beginning to end and make it feel satisfactory. Because it's very rare. Most of the time, I don't feel the need. Like, I've never been in a situation where it's like, we have to do it in one. Like, most of the time, it's like, we can pick it up again one more week next week. Like, that's not, like 2 sessions, 3 sessions is still not a big commitment. So I don't like keeping it to one. Like, when I say the word one shot, I almost never mean one. Like, I almost always am talking 2 at the minimum. So, I guess I don't like actually one shots then, is what I'm saying. I don't like one shots where it's actually one.
I was about to say, and then doesn't that defeat the point of like one shot?
No.
Like one session? No?
No, because the point is to do something short and low commitment, but that doesn't have to mean one. That could just mean a few, right? Like, the point of a one shot for me is I want to try something, but I don't want to have heavy commitment of a full on campaign or whatever. So we do a couple of sessions, like the number is not relevant. It's the commitment amount.
I don't think it necessarily defeats the point, but to the inverse of that, I've tried doing a lot of one shots for people who like haven't played, and then they're like, I'm like, oh yeah, we'll do something called a one shot. It's like, oh, so we just like, it's just a one game. And so it's like, no, it's not always one. Like, it's usually end up like 2, sometimes 3 if it takes a little longer. And then they're like,
all right, here's what you do. Okay. This is a good thing to bring up. This is the trick with that. All right. Here's what you do. This is how you all right, look, people out there who like, none of my friends want to play D&D. This is how you brainwash all your friends to play D&D, all right? This is important information. You say to them, we'll do a thing called a one-shot. And they go, oh, so we just have to try it for the 1 week? And you say, yep, definitely. And then you plan for 2 to 3 sessions. And then when you play that first week and they go, can we play again next week? You go, funny you ask. I have other things ready to go. We can absolutely play next week. And then you got them on the hook and they never leave you.
Or you
that's
just
assuming
run the
that you have them on
session.
the hook.
No, because what I'm saying
like,
is you hook them, you entice them, and then you do, because if someone's doing 3 sessions deep, that's it, they're in. Almost all the time. If they're 3 sessions deep, that you got them. That's it. Like a hook, line, sinker.
I feel like, unfortunately, the problem with that is a lot of people take a lot of time to learn rules. Like it's an unfortunate amount, and like
Yeah.
I never use myself as a template because
What does that have to do
you know
with
me. Because a lot of people tend to not like games if they don't feel comfortable playing them with the rules. Like I've had players that literally are like, can I do this?
Right. So if they
and then because of that, they don't feel like they're actually playing the game yet, and they don't want to continue.
Right. So if you don't, as I'm saying, if you play the one shot and then they do not want to continue, then you just go, okay, then we're done.
I'm just saying a one session's not enough time to marinate in the sauce, you know?
No, it's not. That's what I mean. That's the thing is like a lot of new players they're like, oh, I only have to try it once. Well, that's very appealing. What they don't realize is you need a couple of sessions to really get into it.
Yeah,
so
and some people don't, they're like, oh, well, we only had the one session and they don't ask. I'm not saying that you're wrong, Josh. I'm just saying that there's another side to it. There are people out there that will be like, I want to play more, but like, you know, it was only a one shot, so I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, I mean, that's fair. I was on the side of people being like, oh, wait, I have to play more. Like, because it's kind of hard to sell people on like, okay, so we're going to play this game for like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, some people are like, I don't got that time.
Yeah, it's like, I don't got that time, or it's like, I don't want to do one thing for 4.5 hours and have to pay attention to it. Like some of my family, I've tried to get into it, and they've just been like, so like, that's all we're doing for 4.5 hours? I'm like, you're on your phone for 4.5 hours a day, my guy. Like, what are you talking about? That's all we're doing. You know, like. Also,
all we're doing implies you're not doing a lot when you are doing quite a lot.
That's the misunderstanding part.
I know they don't know that. Like, I'm just saying. But look,
I've tried to be like, well, like you're doing a lot. Like you're problem solving.
You're
like
it from
reacting.
their perspective. Yep.
Yeah, but then I've seen people have literally said to me like, but that's all we're doing, and it's like.
You're right on a technicality, I guess. Well, my point is
because like I've had this conversation with my uncle before, and he's like, "You guys are really serious about this?" I'm like, "Yes and no. Like this is like this is our game time. This is our de-stress time. Like
yeah, it's
you're playing a game.
It's no different.
It's getting into that some people just have a difficulty with. And,
it's no different than like going to the bar after work every night, right? Like
it's true.
Similar energy.
A whole ass agree.
But
bar takes more energy and money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cries.
But the point I was making is if you're the person who is offering the one shot sandwich to your player, I'm saying just, you know, if you're the GM, you know, just make a couple extra sandwiches just in case, just in case. And you know, when you finish the first session, just mention like, you know, I got a couple of spare extra, you know, I got a couple of spare sandwiches if you want more. You don't have to. I'm just telling you I have some more. And then, you know,
I would say that you should preamble with that, you know, hey, we'll play for one session and we'll go from there, because that at least like, because the reason why I say
wait
this
till
is
they're
because,
sitting at the table, or the proverbial table if you're playing online.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Well, just say that you have enough planned for one session, and if you guys want to play more, you know, we can play more. But you know, for now it's just one.
Right, but I'm saying wait till they're already. Wait till when the group has gathered is when you drop that one.
Wait till they're already hook, line, and sinker.
Okay. I mean, we're getting some manipulation tactics here, brother.
Look, it's manipulation for their own benefit. It's good for them.
This is the orientation argument all over again.
This is not the same. I am offering them a good time. This is not the same as the orientation argument. I don't.
How is orientation any different, my guy?
Because that is distinctly not a good time. It's very much a bad time. Playing D&D is supposed to be a good time.
Mommy, they forced me to roll clickety clacks all day. All day.
Also, I'm not forcing anyone at the end of the day. I'm just offering you a very delectable dessert and putting it on the table in front of you. Whether you eat it or not is really up to you, but it's fucking there, you know.
I mean, you said delectable. Some people will disagree. And those same people say that rogues should be banned from their games.
Oh my god.
Rogues are too powerful.
What a call that.
Take away their sneak attack.
That's not the call out I was expecting, but all right. Yeah. Okay.
Listen, I got beef with those people, all right? You think sneak attack is too overpowered? Clearly you don't do math.
Correct, I do not.
Listen.
I do not indeed do math.
Sam, we went to art school, remember?
Yeah,
This is not an argument. This is not an argument, Matt. I swear to God.
No, plant my feet in the ground. My opinion is fact.
No, your opinion is
Matt.
fucking wrong.
I don't need an argument. I'm just bad at math.
Yeah. Matt, you either stand strong or put head in sand. I'm seeing a lot of head in sand right now.
I'm gonna fucking suplex him into the sand. How about that? That'll really be head and sand.
Suplex him so hard he can't get out. Yeah. You know,
I'm gonna do to you
Look,
what that
I'm
one
just
guy
saying.
did that other guy in that one show that we watched the other
I
day.
think
if you
That
make
may or may
your
not have involved the
one-shots-
tractor.
if you make your one shot
Yeah.
a delicious, delectable chocolate souffle, who's gonna say no?
People who don't like souffle, I guess.
All right, fuck off.
Yeah, that's what
Kind
I'm
of weirdos.
I don't like those people.
I mean,
I'm not talking to those people.
I've never had souffle.
You hear that,
before,
you
so I don't know.
anti-souffleurs?
how would you know if you didn't talk to them though? Like, come on.
Oh, I'll talk to him, but I'm not like this is not a committed relationship situation.
This isn't like a.
You know?
This isn't like a game where people's just likes and dislikes pop up in front of you.
True.
Yeah, this
God,
guy.
that'd be great.
He posted
Can't read their
34
bio.
times. And
That'd be amazing. Could you imagine? You could just look at someone and it's like, doesn't like souffle. Bye, bitch. God, that'd be
no,
great.
because that sounds like society would be worse than it is.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like we've just decided.
Alright, what if just I have
decided
that power?
Described
what if just me?
social credit.
What if
I
you
mean-
can read everyone's stats like a JRPG?
Yeah, just me though, not everybody. You know.
No, I don't like that.
No, I'd get mad at you because I'd be like, how come I can't do that too? I just call you up and take a picture and something be like, what's up? What's going on here?
What's up with this homeboy?
Hey, boss man, what's this guy's problem?
Oh my god.
He's supposed
Like,
That's-
he says he doesn't like.
souffle.
Yeah, no, he's out.
He,
I was like, what do
he
you
doesn't
mean?
let
No, he's
rogues.
out.
He doesn't let rogues use sneak attack.
Yeah, he just,
I-
just don't
okay,
tell people
alright,
what they're not. It's
listen,
like,
if-
what are they not
if you
into?
ever-
He doesn't like Sprite. Why is that? Why did you make the decision for me then? What the fuck? That's so weird.
Doesn't like Sprite.
I feel like if someone ever told me, yeah, I don't like Rogue, I think you should remove Sneak Attack from the game, I just would not run a game for them ever.
All right,
That's just,
all right. Listen, this is an important question, all right? You're sitting down. You know, you've been dating a girl. It's been like a month or so. You sit down. She's like, I'm ready to play some D&D, and you're like, fucking sick. And then she says, Rogue's banned. What do you do?
Wait, she's DMing you?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's only been a month. I can get another one.
Oh my
Damn, wow.
But what if she's really hot, Sam?
So then I play Paladin and make her life actually a living hell to run for.
There you go, Isaiah. The petty method. I like it.
Can I bring up the psionic?
Yes,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll play a Mystic.
There you go.
I'll play a Mystic and get free damage every round. And then I'll throw 2 levels of Fighter to get 8d6 free damage twice around.
There you go.
No.
Excellent.
She out.
And then I
She
cross
out.
my
She
arms.
doesn't even get to play D&D. She out. Bye. See you later. You can go buy your own books.
Yeah, no, then
Buy
you do
your
that,
own
and
books.
you have to do my method, and then you have to fucking give her like the Kamina arms cross and be like, yes, are you prepared for this?
Yeah.
Hit her with the studio trigger arm crossing. Let the Sawano drop blow up in the background.
Jesus Christ.
What if she wants a run? Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
You want to run that by us?
You're right.
No.
You okay?
You're good. No, try it again.
You need
Try
some
again.
milk?
Try again. You got it.
What?
I believe in you.
What?
Yeah. It's broken. It's broken. We broke him. What if she
runs a one shot of only rogues?
Hell yeah, brother,
do they have
let's
sneak
go.
attack?
Yes.
Oh, then that's fine.
This was what I learned in boating school.
School today is blankety.
I can't believe we broke him and we didn't even do anything.
Just shut down.
That's all right.
My
but I
man's
do
hit a
that
stack
literally every
overflow.
day.
It was just like, no, I'm out.
I deleted the C drive.
Yes, a common mistake.
Can we tell that story? Josh, do you want to tell that story?
It's not really a story. Someone told me I could delete my C drive, and I went, wait, what, really? And then almost did it.
Okay, no, there's specifics here. So our friend was like, hey Josh, input command delete C drive semicolon, and he's like, wait, hold on, let me try this out real quick. He's like, no Josh, don't actually do that. He's like, no, fuck you, I'm trying. And it got really quiet, and you hear Jim go, I didn't do anything. And we were like, yo, can we imagine? And Josh is like, what just did it? And we just lost him. For about 30 seconds, we held our breath. Just like, no, please, God, don't do this.
It's like telling someone delete System 32.
Oh my God.
I miss old internet memes.
I was gonna say, I don't even think you'd do that anymore.
God. Josh, do you remember when our mutual friend in college fucking put a blue screensaver over your computer in freshman year?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
You want to talk about speed running the phases of grief,
Fucking
but then
animal.
finding your way back to rage?
Yep.
Like, he speed ran it the first time and then stopped at rage the second time and just ulted out.
All right. I feel like we have talked enough about one shots that we've gotten to a whole other can of worms.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Ever ate a worm?
Probably as a child. I don't know.
I can't say that I have. No, I've had those weird, like, crispy mealworm things.
I haven't.
I mean, I think crickets.
I said I haven't, not I have. Have not.
But
Cricket.
yeah. I mean, yeah, crunchy, salty.
Oh, sure. No. What the fuck are we doing?
Speaking of crunchy,
I was trying, Matt, I'm gonna kill you. I was trying to wrap things up.
You really got to work on these.
And then bugs.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. Now he's
really
just
out
gonna
of your head.
do it out of spite.
What's up with elevator? It's all like music. It's
Yeah,
just,
right.
I'm gonna say elevator food. Fucking airplane food. Fuck me.
Matt, did you just
Bro, I wish they would
bingus
give me
me?
food.
Like, what the
Absolutely.
You just said, no, I don't. Okay. I fucking
Man, said no you.
Well,
head
this has
firmly
been-
buried in ground.
This has been the
reverse
Sessions Cancelled podcast. I'm desperately trying to take the reins back. Matt, I shouldn't have given you
We're
these.
the most
Everybody
canceled.
hop on, coach.
Oh my God, it took me half a second. All right, seriously though,
Good.
Conan Exiles stream when?
No, we don't promise things when we're don't do this. Don't do
All right,
this.
Conan Exiles Barbarian one shot.
No.
When?
All right.
Stop talking.
What if we stream
Don't.
directly
No.
after we record this
No.
episode? That way
No.
we can
I
say
have
that
to
we
go
did
to
it.
work
No.
tomorrow. No,
The
I'm with
curse-
Josh now. No, I'm out.
The curse of the internet. You can't promise things online.
PB Gang, rise up.
Oh my God, this is the if Wolf isn't in Smash situation.
Oh no.
That's what we just did.
No. We didn't say the two words. We didn't say quotas and we didn't say live, so we're good.
Right.
We did. A stream is live.
No, but we didn't say that we do it. Like, no, it's fine. I just said when's it gonna happen. You guys could just say never, and then it
Actually,
never
no.
happens.
Wait. Seriously though, would anybody be interested in a Conan one shot?
As a
No.
yeah,
Are we all
as
playing
an
Barbarians?
as an RPG one.
Yeah.
I think there's a Conan TTRPG. Although I heard,
Is
thought I
there?
heard mixed things about it.
I'm not surprised.
No
We
idea.
could do that, or we could do classic 5e.
Four-man
everyone's
Barbarian
favorite.
Squad.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, only
Never-ending
barbarian.
rage.
Matt, just run Dungeon World. Just try it. I just want to
Dungeon
want to
World?
see you try it. I
That
need
requires
to see
Matt to read.
I gotta
I
read
mean,
so
I can
much.
run it for Matt.
And so
I can run it.
yeah,
for
I do
Matt.
want Josh to run it for me one day.
No. I want Matt to do it.
You want me to run it?
I don't
Oh, God.
want Matt to
you
do
to
it.
run Dungeon World
Why? What specifically me?
because you need to learn another fucking episode.
No.
So anyways, this has been the Sessions podcast canceled. Follow us on the tweet app and the tube reviews. And whatever listening podcast platform you listen to us on, hit that like, subscribe, follow,
whatever they call it.
I don't know. Whenever you click a button and punch Matt in the face for saying something stupid. All right.
Will we play a
so
one
we can
shot?
Get the rats out of Brett's ass.
Oh God.
Okay, Brett, cut that.
Jesus.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, so we can do the Muppets one shot or the Conan one shot or the Conan Muppets one shot. Just think about it.